right, so this week's review is on Yeti. One of our favorite surfers, John Florence, rides for them, and we decided to check out their line of coolers, so stick around and hear what we have to say.
Back in the game, back in the saddle.
Back on.
Bingo!
How's that?
So growing up, we used to go camping all the time.
We didn't go all the time. We'd go like twice a year.
So growing up, we would often go camping over summer. One of my memories always include this red Coleman's cooler that we would bring on every camping trip. The bottom had a little drain plug that seemed to always break, and so we'd have to tape it shut or find the little piece that broke off and stick it back in. 10, 15 years ago, I heard about this company, Yeti, and that they were charging $400 or $500 for a cooler, and that blew my mind. I thought, like, how could someone ever pay that much for an ice chest like our red Coleman one that's actually still down in our parents' garage right now? But when you take a closer look, it's actually pretty incredible what these things do. So today we're going to talk about some of the really cool features, our experience with them, and how they've lasted over the last few years. So we don't have all of the tech specs, but we're going to put them on the screen for you right here. They can handle quite a bit of abuse. Super tough construction. Because it's so well insulated, if you want to keep something hot, it works the same way. It's dry ice compatible. So in the inside of the lid, there's a gasket right there, and it'll allow the gas to vent correctly, which was super cool. I didn't know that.
When would you use dry ice besides like a Halloween party?
Probably like to keep something really important really cold, like a kidney or something. I don't know.
Or it could be for going ice blocking down a golf course. Get on a hill of grass, hop on that puppy.
Not with dry ice.
Yeah, you put a towel over it and or something like that.
No, you put an ice block. It's a big, like normal ice. And you sit on it and you slide.
I thought it was dry ice, but
no,
maybe.
Definitely not. I don't think that's true.
So it's got a 5-year warranty. It has like a whole slew of accessories that are available. You can buy like a drop-in little basket. They sell sticker packs, a tie-down kit. They sell their own ice, actually. So it's actually pretty interesting, the different accessories that they have. Something I really like that would have benefited us with the red Coleman, they sell replacement parts. So the feet on the bottom, the latches for the lid, the gaskets on the inside, the handle, like all that stuff is replaceable in case it wears out or breaks. So I know each of us has a different size cooler. I have the smallest one, and that's the Yeti 24. It fits behind the driver's seat in that space between the second row of your car. You can fit 24 pounds of ice in there. If it's only ice, you can fit 18 beer cans, or you can put in full bottles of wine, actually, and still close the lid, which I thought was super cool.
So I have the Tundra 45 hard cooler. So it can fit 34 pounds of ice if you're just doing ice in there, which is a fair amount. And then you can almost fit a full 30 rack for you beer fans out there. You can do 28 beer cans with ice in it. I will say it doesn't fit a ton of stuff with kind of like your run-of-the-mill standard size ice chest is what I have.
Yeah, so we have the Tundra 65 hard cooler. I thought this was funny. It says 42 beer cans using a 2-to-1 ice to can ratio, which I've never thought about. But I mean, it's pretty big, we can literally hold a camping weekend for 4 people. And then you can also use it. I mean, it's so sturdy. It's literally like a bench. We use it full on as like a standing platform.
Did you know that one of the accessories they sell is a pad that goes on top of your cooler? So it's a more comfortable seat.
Oh, fascinating. No, I didn't know that. That makes sense, though.
Question for the group. In the last year, how many times have you used your cooler?
I think twice, just when we have people over.
Dan?
I'd say, I think 3 or 4 times.
Okay. I just got mine on Father's Day, so that was just a few months ago, but I've used it 4 times already. Now, granted, I've
Like
been
that.
moving a ton, and I haven't actually been using mine for beer, unfortunately. It's been for breast milk while we feed my daughter. We have to
Yes, sicko.
transport that. So, actually, I borrowed Dan's cooler before I had one.
That's right. You did, and it worked great.
It
I
did.
think when your
Yeah,
freezer
it
wasn't
did work great.
working.
Something I learned through that process is you want to pre-cool the cooler. So you actually
Yeah.
want to like sacrifice a bag of ice the night before to cool down all the insulation, and then the next day put in additional ice and then the food or anything else that you want to keep cool. And
Yeah.
what's
What do you like?
everyone's favorite thing about their cooler?
Yeah, I like how durable it is. I mean, so we have the 65 size. It has like these big, it's like rope handles, but then around the rope, it's like these big rubber pieces.
Oh yeah.
So it's like really sturdy. We stand on it all the time. Things at our house kind of get thrashed because there's just a lot of people and things moving around. Like it's easy enough for the kids to open. So if they need to get stuff, they can. Yeah, durability.
I really like the ability of the cooler to keep things cold for a long time. I typically use it for camping, but with food and drinks, it'll last the weekend if we're going camping somewhere. I
You
love
brought it
that.
for your bachelor party, and you're right. I think it had ice in it all weekend, and we were in Palm Desert for 3 days, 3 or 4 days. It's pretty hot.
Out in the desert with the lizards.
With the desert folk. How about you, Drew?
My favorite thing I think are those latches. Those things are so satisfying to open and close. Like there's never any question if it's sealed or not. And I think it's super cool because you can feel it seal the lid when you pull. Like it uses the leverage of the latch to like produce like this really satisfying click and unclick, which is kind of cool. So I'd say that the latches are my favorite thing. So let's talk about the opposite here. Least favorite thing.
The 65 has the T latch, the upside down T latch, And Daniel, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but if you ever have like a lot in your hands, like a child or food, and you go to close it and you're not careful, that T latch will get stuck underneath it. So like if you're not aware of it, it doesn't close all the way because it has like a piece of rubber, in between the lid and the body.
They'll get caught sometimes when you're moving around because the rubber's so sticky.
That's probably my least favorite thing.
The thing that troubles me the most is the handle, the rope handle with the rubber over it. It's like the perfect height where your knuckles get crushed against the ice chest itself. It's like not long enough, if that makes sense. And then it kind of gets caught as well. So
when I look at my cooler, it's a pretty good size for only being the 24. And when you open it up, the space to actually put stuff just seems really small compared to how big the cooler is. You think like that ratio, would be different. However, I would totally sacrifice the amount of space inside if it means that I can keep my stuff super cold for a long time, which is I think what they did because I think there's less space because of the amount of insulation that's inside the cooler. And that's why it works so well. Should we do some ratings here?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we're going to start with function.
I think it works great as an ice chest. So it keeps things really cold. It's durable. I'm going 5. Cinco.
Nice.
It's perfect.
You're breaking away from your trend. Usually you have a range. You say either a 3 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5. Is usually how you rate things.
I'd probably rate it like a 4.5 on the backside. And front hand, I'd rate it like maybe a 3. Maybe slightly below.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'll say 3. So it would average out to like a 3.5. Okay, so my fun rating for the fish beard, I'm gonna go 4 out of 5. And I feel like it could fluctuate to either a 5 or a 3.
Cool. 5 out of 5. Nice. Dan.
Somewhere between a 1 and a 5. No.
Yeah.
I'll go 4.5 out of 5 just because of the issues that I face with the handle or the handles. It is just annoying, but it functions great. And it is a little bulky, like you said. So I'll go 4.5 out of 5.
I'm going to go with a 4.9 out of 5. Having a drain plug would put it out of 5 for me. All right, so next up is style.
I like how it looks. I like their branding. I like the style. I like their colors. Like they have cool color choices. 5 for me.
Nice.
Love it. Yeah, I really like them.
I also like the colors. Colors are nice. Overall looks good. It does look a little bulky. So I'll give it a half notch down, but we'll go 4.5 out of 5.
Andrew thinks it's a 4.75.
No.
He wants the plug look on the box.
It's either a 3 or a 5, depending on how the light hits it. No, it's a 5. It's a 5 for me. I like how it looks. I like the quality of materials. Like the build quality is great. Apparently, I'm their target demo because I spent $250 on a cooler that can only fit 18 cans of beer. So,
But probably more bags of breast milk. So.
Oh, way more bags of breast milk for sure. Yeah, so last is value.
How well can you surf on your Yeti?
Any thoughts?
I'm going to. I think they're just steeply overpriced for it being plastic. I mean, 300. I'm looking at the website now. $375. Got some sort of deal at Miners, and we didn't spend $375 on it. I think that's shameful. That's so much money.
That's a lot.
But yeah, that's my opinion. I think they're overpriced, but it's quality. So
I will go 4 out of 5. I was kind of torn on this because we got it as a gift. I think we put it on our wedding registry. I don't know if I would spend that amount of money to get one. But on the flip side, I do like buying items that are going to last forever. And if you know, like that's what you're going to use,
that's true.
I would buy it. I'll go 4 out of 5.
Maybe I'm going to change mine to 3 because I do think I don't think we'll have, it's not a range. I'm just moving it to a 3. Like we won't ever buy another cooler that size. We may get like a smaller one, but we won't ever buy another one.
Daniel hit it on the head. In fact, I get some sort of weird enjoyment out of that, finding a product that I really like and I believe in the company and it's a great build quality and it accomplishes what it's supposed to really well. I like paying a lot of money for those types of things. And this Yeti cooler is that. I'm going with a 4 out of 5 because spending $250 on a cooler that size, if I was going to do it again, I would have sized up because it wasn't that much more if you're dropping that amount of money already. All right, so that is our take on Yeti. Questions or comments, you know what to do. You got a product you want us to review, shoot us an email or drop us a comment. Otherwise, we'll see you out in the water. Wait, okay, so real quick, are we surfing tomorrow?
I think you and Daniel are.